Captain Peter Cutsey, South Korea. This is my briefing room. Part 4, short flights, level at 12,000 feet, just coming up to top of descent. And we want to get the descent procedure and descent checklists complete before we continue. RMP verify as needed, 2.0. Center tank fuel management, boost pumps are off, no fuel in the center tank. Pressurization landing altitude set, 8 feet. Recall and review system annunciator lights, we've done that. And both annunciators are clear. Enter and verify VREF on the approach page, we've done that for flaps 30, 140, set. Barrel minimums for the approach as briefed, 256, 256 on the captains and first officers set. And verify the nav aids. We have dialed in 110.3 on the number 1, number 2, and the courses on the MCP 300, set. The landing performance we checked on the ground in Doha prior to departure, and we've just reconfirmed now that we're in flight that we both agree as briefed, and we did. Auto brake set, 3 as discussed for the turn off at Alpha 4. Approach briefing has to be accomplished, so we've done it on the ground. And we have again said any questions on the briefing, no questions on the briefing as briefed for the ILS to runway 30 right. So we're now dynamic, clear to maintain 3,000 feet set. There's the extended center line for the localizer to runway 30 right. FMC speed. And now we can expect a descent, and we are. We've been given a heading to turn left to 280 degrees to intercept the localizer only. So we've extended the centerline fix, and we both agreed on it, set, and clear to intercept the localizer only, so forelock armed only, approach clearance yet to come. (1007) is the current altimeter setting as briefed. We're on path. There's a 30 nautical mile ring for situational awareness. We'll start slowing. We'll use speed brakes to help us for this particular flight. One 0,000 for 3,000. Clear to maintain 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet set and indicated on the PFDs. We're currently 23 nautical miles to touchdown, leaving 9,100 feet, and we were asked to slow to 180 knots. Set. This is our path to the field, looking good. Vorlock, and we're only cleared to intercept the localizer. And if we actually go to approach, we can see the raw data coming in. It's always good to check raw data against computed data. The raw data is looking good for our position. There's the raw data again, and we saw it before. Now it's in an expanded mode and looking good. Being that we captured the localizer, we'll set the heading to the runway course, flaps 1. And flaps 5. And we'll set flaps 5 speed. Still in VNAV path. We're on the localizer, not cleared for the approach yet. There's the actual glide slope. It'll come in later, but our speed is coming back, and we are on a constant descent path to the field. Looking good. And we've identified the IBIA300, DME 20.4 nautical miles, looking good for our position at 5,400 feet. Remember that when we're established on the glide path later, under hot temperatures when we go by the final fix, we can expect our altitude actually to read higher than normal. Correction. In hot temperatures on a glide slope, hot temperatures, we should expect the altimeter to read lower. It's in the cold temperature operations that your altimeter would actually read higher if you're established on a glide path. Speed is coming back. We're looking good. We haven't been cleared yet for the approach. We're at 16.8 miles. Now cleared for the approach. So approach arm, single channel, and LNAV, VNAV. So Vorlock, VNAV path, LNAV, VNAV. And LNAV, I should say, glide slope armed. Vorlock is captured. Let's just go back and check the raw data. There's the raw data. Bang on. There's the glide slope up here. You can see it up here. And the raw data looks good. Very important to be checking raw data as often as you think about it on all flights. .1 nautical miles. Speed at our discretion. We'll configure with the gear very shortly here just to make sure that we don't end up high on the straight-in approach. But right now, everything is looking good out of 3,100 feet, and we're 11.5, 11.4 DME. Gear down. Flat 15. Flat 15 speed set. Out of 3,000 for 2,000. I've cleared the weather up so that we can see 2,500 radio altimeter alive. Good call. And baro and radio altimeter check with respect to hot temperatures as we discussed before. Remember that when we're actually established on the glide slope, we can expect our altimeter by the final fix, and anytime we check it, the altimeter actually will read lower under hot temperatures. It's only in cold temperatures on the glide slope that your altimeter will read higher. Landing flap selected. And rear ref 30 plus 5. Speed brakes are armed. Glide path, glide slope capture. Rear ref 30 plus 5 set. And landing check. Missed approach altitude set. Landing checklist complete. I'm by myself for this presentation, so things are done as pilot flying and pilot monitoring, and on a short flight, it's busy continuously, and doing most of the flight mentally and briefings done on the ground at point of departure prior to departure is a good idea. There's 1,000 feet radio altitude, and we check the barometric altitude. Everything looks good for temperature. All right. All checks are complete. Missed approach altitude is set. We'll go to minimum and freeze at minimum.
Approaching 30 right.
Approaching minimum. Minimums. landing, or whatever your SOPs say. I can't emphasize enough to make sure that you follow your company SOPs. But the way I've briefed you is the way most airlines do things, and this is the kind of briefing that you can expect if you come to me, Captain Peter Cutsey, for briefings on any type of training that you're going to do. Captain Peter Cutsey, South Korea, this is my briefing room. See you in the next series of exciting videos.